Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I hope you all are doing well. I'm Simon Preston, and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the platform where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. And we have some exciting news to share in relation to what reports have been saying across different platforms. We're going to discuss the implications of this proposed idea and what it could mean for Jamaica as well. Like I said, this whole process is in an embryonic stage, one, and an ideation stage as well. This is not something that CONCACAF has publicized. However, it is a compelling topic to discuss, to analyze the possibilities and the effect that this means for Jamaica as well. Okay, so that everybody's aware. So without further ado, let's go right to it, okay? As I get right into the details of things so that everybody is fully aware about what lies ahead. Okay, so as everybody knows, the CONCACAF Gold Cup is a tournament that is held every 2 years. And we've seen that consistency more or less since its inception. There was a Gold Cup in 1991, 1993, no Gold Cup in 1995, but there was a Gold Cup in 1996, 1998. There was a Gold Cup in 2000. There was a Gold Cup in 2002. There was a Gold Cup in 2003, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19, 21, 23. So those are the years that we've had CONCACAF Gold Cup tournaments. And we continue along those lines as well with another CONCACAF Gold Cup next year in 2025. Now, the tournament has grown tremendously. Remember when it started out with 8 teams to 9 teams, eventually becoming a 12-team tournament. It was a 12-team tournament for some time before it became an expanded tournament to 16 teams. And that added, you could say, some symmetry to the tournament as well, whereas it was a very straightforward process where you're able to have 4 groups of 4, top 2 teams from each group advance. No situation where you're getting out your pens, your papers, your calculators, trying to calculate which third place team would advance to the quarterfinals. So that entire process with the 16-team format has brought symmetry to the tournament and it has flowed. I guess the only difference we've seen compared to past Gold Cups and this one's is that there's no third place playoff. Will it return? Only time will tell. But what is being proposed in terms of what some outlets are reporting overseas is a proposed expansion of the CONCACAF Gold Cup from 16 to 24 teams. Now, this is something that has been spoken about. And in relation to, according to a couple of media reports, there are a number of teams that have been highlighted as well. So this 16 to 24 teams would comprise 16 teams from CONCACAF, and it would also include 8 teams from outside the region. Now, the 8 teams that are under consideration from outside of the CONCACAF region are from Africa, 2 teams, from Asia, 2 teams, from South America, 2 teams, and from Europe, 2 teams. So the 2 teams that are under consideration from the African continent are Senegal and Egypt, from Asia, Japan, and South Korea, from the CONMEBOL region, Colombia and Uruguay, and from the UEFA region, France and Spain, so that everybody is aware. So this 16-team tournament expansion to 24 teams would see these teams invited if it is something that is moves from an embryonic stage into a confirmation stage. And when you analyze this, you would have a situation where you have 6 groups of 4 teams in each group. The top 2 teams in each group, alongside the 4 best third place teams, would advance to the round of 16 of the competition, because 12 plus 4 equals 16. So you're going to have a situation, if it is confirmed, where you'd have a situation where 4 best third place teams would advance. And when you're bearing in mind that you have 8 invited teams and you're going to have 6 groups, you're going to have a situation where you're going to at least face one of these invited teams in your group. So this is something that is under consideration as well. How about Jamaica? Has Jamaica faced any of these teams as well? Well, let's go through the list together so that you are aware. Has Jamaica played Senegal at the senior level? No, but Jamaica has played Egypt. Remember that 2-2 draw against Egypt in 2014 where Simon Dawkins and also Joel Grant scored? Yeah. Japan and South Korea? Yes, Jamaica's played Japan on numerous occasions. You think about the World Cup. You think about in 2000 in the King Hassan Cup in Morocco. You think as well about the friendly in 2002. You think about the friendly in 2014 as well. Many people talk about the friendly in 2021, but that wasn't necessarily Japan's senior squad. That was the Olympic squad. And South Korea, yes, Jamaica's played South Korea a number of times. Jamaica had a drawn match against South Korea back in 2018. Jamaica were Kim Shin-wook's equalizer, and that game ended 2-2. And Jamaica's played South Korea back in 98. Jamaica's played South Korea back in 2015 as well. I think that was Errol Stevens' last game for Jamaica as well. Colombia and Uruguay. Yep, Jamaica's played these teams as well. Colombia, remember Jamaica taking on Colombia Gold Cup 2000 and Gold Cup 2003. Jamaica, of course, has defeated Colombia as well, where we have to go back to the 1997 or 1998 friendly where Bibi Gardner scored in that 1-0 victory. So Jamaica has defeated Colombia before at the international level. Uruguay, Jamaica, of course, has defeated Uruguay. We can go back to 2004 for that match in particular. And in relation to the UEFA nations, France and Spain, Jamaica has played France, which was a friendly in 2014. Spain, the former colonizers of Jamaica, for 161 years. Jamaica's not faced them at the senior men's level, but Jamaica's faced Spain at the senior women's level, where Jamaica had a friendly against Spain last year. So that is where Jamaica has had an opportunity to actually play Spain. It'll be compelling as well, because if you look in Jamaica as a whole, there are very few things that make you remember or feel that this was a former Spanish colony. Apart from the names of towns and villages and rivers, there's very, very few things left in Jamaica that you see that reminds you of Spanish rulership in Jamaica. You go to Spanish Town and perhaps you see a couple of buildings, but apart from that, there's very, very little things that makes you reminded that there was Spanish colonization within Jamaica. Very, very few things that are here that make you remember. Because I guess that was 161 years, and certainly English rulership was over 307 years. So therefore, the chunk of that, and especially the most recent, was the English rulership. So therefore, we would have that. But it would be compelling still. A game between Spain and Jamaica, former colonizers. And yeah, I would be excited to see a game of that nature as well, to be quite frank with you. But let's get back on point. What we don't know as yet in relation to CONCACAF, right? We know for sure, though, that the CONCACAF Nations League is a tournament that will serve as a qualifier. All right, let me repeat that one more time. The CONCACAF Nations League will serve as a qualifier for the Gold Cup, so that you are abundantly clear. In relation to how this will work, CONCACAF will provide more details in due course. And that is specifically in relation to, is it, for example, the top two in Group B that allows Jamaica to advance to the Gold Cup, or do we have to win the quarterfinal? Certainly, you've seen information online, but we await word from CONCACAF in relation to this, so that everybody's adequately prepared, ready, focused, driven along these aspects of things. All right, so that we can be able to proceed forward with everything. Okay, so that everybody is aware. So we know about this abundantly. How do I feel about this? Now think about this, guys. The Gold Cup next year is June, July, right? The final round of World Cup qualifying is September, October, November. So the Gold Cup next year is Jamaica's last dress rehearsal, the last opportunity to put pieces to the puzzle together before the final round of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. This is Jamaica's last opportunity to see what pieces can work together, and another great opportunity for Coach McLaren to be able to analyze his players. And this would be essentially be almost 1 year into the job. So he can have a comprehensive analysis of these pieces work together. This is what works well for Jamaica, and this is what I need for the World Cup qualifiers come September 2025, so that he knows exactly everything that is in place. So for me personally, I am, in relation to expansions of tournaments, I'm for that. I'm for opportunity, because you never know what happens until you get an opportunity. If the Gold Cup hadn't expanded, would we have seen Grenada qualify for a tournament? Would we have seen the run of Martinique to a quarterfinal? Would we have seen Trinidad going to the semifinals in 2000? Jamaica 2 finals? Would we have seen a situation, for example, of Nicaragua getting to a Gold Cup quarterfinal? Would we have seen a situation, for an example, as well, of Qatar getting to a Gold Cup semifinal? Would we have seen a situation as well where Canada was in a semi-finalist in 2007? So I'm for expansion, because you get the opportunity, and it's for you now to make full use of the opportunity when you get it. So that is what I would say in the grand scheme of things. The Euros is a 24-team competition. I think it has been going pretty well. I think it has been going pretty well. Will it be a 24-team tournament moving forward? Let us see. But I'm for expansion, and I have no issues at all with it. And I'm looking forward to what lies ahead. So folks, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tell me how you feel about this proposed idea. Again, this is in an embryonic stage, and your thoughts as well from a Jamaican standpoint. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary for more content. Alrighty guys, so take care.